So, let's talk about something called O'Leary's Kitchen. Now, at first glance, you might think it's just a bunch of recipes, but if you dig a little deeper, you find it's actually something else entirely. It's really this incredible tool designed for one big reason: to bring families closer together.
And really, it all kicks off with this question, one that I bet a lot of parents out there are wrestling with, right? You've got a world just flooded with apps and games and videos, so how on earth do you take this thing, this screen that so often isolates us, and turn it into a tool that actually brings the family together for an activity?
Okay, so you know the drill. We've all been there. You buy some digital product online, and what do you get? A messy zip file with like a dozen different PDFs and videos all jumbled together? It's just chaos. O'Leary's Kitchen completely sidesteps that whole mess. They've ditched the cluttered folder and built something that feels, well, it feels like a really clean, slick, self-contained app.
And that right there brings us to the core idea, the real game changer. They call it the offline app experience. Think of it like a digital command center, you know? It's the launchpad for a family adventure right in your own kitchen.
So here it is. This is the main dashboard. I mean, just look at how clean and simple this is. Everything is literally one click away. You can go from the main story to a video to a recipe, and you never leave this one screen. It's built to just sit on your kitchen counter on a tablet or a phone and, well, just work.
What this design does is create something called a walled garden. And let me tell you, for parents, this is a massive deal. It means you can hand the device to your kid, let them click around and explore everything inside. And you don't have to worry, not for a second, that they're going to accidentally click some random ad and end up on YouTube. It's a totally safe, completely self-contained world.
So when you put it all together, that's what makes this thing so powerful. You've got that super simple one-click navigation. It works even if your kitchen Wi-Fi is kind of spotty. It's 100% safe space with no ads or weird links. And all the content, the stories, the videos, the recipes, it's all perfectly organized. It takes all the digital stress right out of the picture. Okay, so that's the how. Now let's get to the what, the real heart of the experience, which is the story. We're going to jump into one called Molly's Irish Stew Surprise, and this is where you'll see how all these cool ideas actually come to life. First off, the story looks amazing, right? It's got this beautiful Pixar-style 3D animation. But check out that description, a countertop companion. That's not just a cute phrase. It means it's been designed from the ground up to be watched vertically on a phone, you know? Just propped up on the counter right there with you while you're actually cooking. And these visuals, they're doing so much more than just telling a story. Look at the image on the left. Molly's telling her brother Finn to listen to that sizzle. The animation is actually teaching a kid what browning meat is supposed to sound like. Then over on the right, it's showing you, visually showing you, that chemical reaction that happens when you deglaze a pan. It's brilliant.
Yeah, this quote from their own design document just nails it. The animation is a form of coaching. It's getting a child ready for the real sensory experience of cooking, the sights, the sounds, all of it, before they even pick up a spoon. Think about what that does for a kid's confidence. It's just such a smart way to teach.
And the design just keeps getting smarter. Get this, the audio story itself is also a timer. So in the plot, the characters have to wait for a whole hour while the stew simmers. Well, guess what? The family can listen to the rest of the audio story during their 1 hour wait. It's this incredibly clever way to teach patience and to give a kid a real feel for what an hour actually feels like.
But okay, this is much bigger than just one story. The whole product is really set up like a clickable kitchen curriculum. It's designed to take you seamlessly from the fun of the story into some really practical lessons on things like science and even sustainability.
So if we go back to the main dashboard for a second, you can see these buttons here for visual recipes. Each one is basically a doorway to a new lesson, and they're all tied back to that main story we just saw. Let's click on a couple of them and see what happens.
Okay, so if you click soda bread, you get this infographic. And notice, this is way more than just a recipe card. It's a mini science lesson. It explains that cutting that X on top isn't just to make it look pretty, it's so the heat can get in there and bake it perfectly. It turns a simple step, a what, into a why.
Then, you click on Results, and boom, a lesson in sustainability. This entire recipe is designed around using the leftovers from another meal in the collection. How cool is that? It's teaching a really practical, real-world value about not wasting food, but in a way that's actually delicious. So you've got this really smart design, you've got these charming stories, you've got these practical lessons, but what holds it all together? There's this deeper, emotional core to everything. It's all about what the food really means. Let's go back to the climax of Molly's story for a minute. After all the chaos, the little disasters, and the problem solving, Molly and Finn finally present the stew to their Nana, and this is her reaction. Just pure, unfiltered emotion.
And here's why she's so emotional. Nana tells him the secret ingredient, it wasn't some fancy herb or spice, it was love. And that right there, that's the central theme. That's the moment that takes this whole thing from a cooking lesson and turns it into a genuine life lesson.
And this is the big realization for Molly, right? The process of making that stew taught her so much more than just how to cook. It was about creating a memory with her brother. It was about solving problems when things went south. And most importantly, it was about showing her Nana how much she loves her.
And just so you know, this isn't a one-time thing. We see this idea pop up again in another story from the collection. This quote just sums up the entire philosophy of the whole product, doesn't it? The best recipes aren't just instructions for food. They're instructions for love. It's all about connection through making and sharing a meal.
So that kind of leaves us with this final thought to chew on. The whole O'Leary's Kitchen idea seems to be built on this one powerful premise. It's a reminder that when we get our families together in the kitchen, maybe the most important thing we're cooking up isn't the food at all, but the memories that are going to last forever.